It seems like there's never a dull day in Dandy's world. There are so many bugs every day popping up. Our first bug is to do with an interaction between Glisten and Twisted Squirm. As most of you are aware, Glisten is able to teleport to another toon instantly. However, this user posted something super weird. Let's take a look. So Glisten gets attacked by Twisted Squirm, but as Glisten is struggling against the Twisted Squirm, Glisten uses his active ability and teleports to another toon whilst Twisted Squirm is attacking the Glisten. How is that possible? Glisten using his active ability to blink to another toon. As you can see, this Glisten teleports to the other Glisten not too far away. I wonder if the dev team will continue to allow Glisten to use his active ability whilst being attacked by Twisted Squirm. Our next bug is to do with Sprout, and this might be a connection issue, a graphics texture issue, but this user said, my teammates said I was stretching and twitching around in game. They also were lagging a lot and their screen froze when I got too close. Let's take a look. So this is from their friend's perspective. As you can see, Sprout has turned into a weird object, almost looking like ice cream, all melted and twisted up. I have never seen anything like that before. This is the first time I've seen a toon look like that. Like, what is happening? But then again, Dandy's world does have a lot of unusual bugs. Our next problem is to do with Squirm's active ability. This user said Squirm's distress delicacy gives more tapes than it was intended to be. Let's take a look. As you can see, when Squirm uses his active ability, Squirm gets 5 tapes instead of the usual 3 tapes. I wonder why that is. Why is Squirm getting 2 extra tapes for activating his ability? Also, Squirm does not get any iCore when activating his ability, so there are definitely some inconsistencies when it comes to activating Squirm's ability. We have another twisted blind spot, and it's in the greenhouse map. This user said, when I hide behind that trash can, the Twisters randomly just stand still or runs to the wall. Let's take a look. So this Cosmo gets the attention of Twisted Louie, but then Twisted Louie just loses the attention of Cosmo. So this is definitely a blind spot where Twisteds lose the attention of toons. Hopefully, once the Twisteds go through the next phase of optimizations, which Quell stated in her devlog, they will stop losing line of sight in certain areas. Our next problem is to do with Twisted Glisten's speed and attention span. A lot of people have noticed that Twisted Glisten is super fast and Twisted Glisten's attention span is very long. This user said, guess which Twisted is bugged again? It's Glisten. His panic mode speed is bugged again. Let's take a look. Twisted Glisten's panic mode speed is at 28.8 when chasing, which is the same as Twisted Pebble's panic mode speed, which is 28.8 when chasing. And Twisted Glisten's attention span is 3 seconds, which is the same as Twisted Pebble's attention span of 3 seconds. But if you've ever been in a run with Twisted Glisten and Twisted Pebble, you would realize that Twisted Glisten's speed is way faster than Twisted Pebble, and Twisted Glisten's attention span is longer than Twisted Pebble. So why is that happening? Hopefully the dev team can figure out why Twisted Glisten is behaving differently to Twisted Pebble, even though they have the same stats. Our next bug is to do with Twisted Astro. As most of you are aware, Twisted Astro removes iCore from machines when you fail a skill check. However, this user said, is Twisted Astro supposed to be able to steal machine progress without being there? Let's take a look. So Shrimpo is extracting this machine and Shrimpo fails a skill check and the iCore from the machine is stolen by Twisted Astro, even though Twisted Astro is nowhere near the machine. And this is not supposed to happen. As we can see from this very old TikTok from this user, once you fail a skill check, Twisted Astro goes to the machine and steals the iCore. But in this case, Twisted Astro stole the iCore without being anywhere near the machine. And so many players have reported this problem where Twisted Astro is stealing progress from machines without actually going to the machine. Hopefully the dev team can figure out why that's happening. Is Twisted Astro supposed to behave in this way? Or is Twisted Astro supposed to go to the machine before he steals the progress? Our next problem is to do with Stress Ball, Squirm's Trinket. This user said, I know for a fact you don't need extraction speed for treadmills, but why does Stress Ball affect extraction speed on treadmills? Let's take a look at what's happening. So this toon has a stress ball and is completing skill checks on a treadmill machine, but every time they complete a skill check, their extraction speed is increased from the stress ball trinket, even though they're on a treadmill machine. So players are wondering why the stress ball is being activated even though it's a treadmill machine. Our next problem is to do with a visual bug with the version number. A lot of users have experienced this, where the version number is overlapping with another version number. And here's another example. This is the first time I've ever seen anything like this, where version numbers are fusing together. It does confuse players who want to know which version we are on. Hopefully the dev team can figure out why there are two versions overlapping. Our next problem is to do with Sprout's ability description. This user has noticed something a bit weird. As you can see in Sprout's active ability description, where Sprout is able to heal tunes, it says tape cost scales with the number of healing tunes in the round. But we know that the tape costs only change if there are other Sprouts in your run. But of course you can have a Ginger in your run or a Cosmo in your run and the tape cost will still be 100 tapes. So players would like the ability description to be a bit more specific and tell players that if there are multiple Sprouts in your run, the tape cost will increase. And lastly, the next bug is about the Egg Hunter badge. Somehow users are completing the Egg Hunter badge. As you can see, when we look at the badges on the Dandy's World Roblox page, it says that players are winning this badge even though the Easter event ended quite a while ago. 12 users won the Egg Hunter badge yesterday. So many players are confused as to how this is happening. How are players still claiming this badge even though the event is over? A possible explanation could be slow Roblox servers. That's a possibility. Maybe the Roblox servers are a bit confused.